Hi guys, I'm so excited to share the baby that's in the box here with you. Definitely an unexpected weekend for me for sure, but you'll see very soon who the artist is. A lot of you will recognize that box right there. Just get it out without causing too much distraction. And you can see it's Anastasia Gangalo, Dolls from the Bottom of My Heart, and her beautiful custom boxes. All the baby's goodies are in there. And we're about to see her face. I think you'll be surprised. It's Veda. That's my baby Veda. My Amelia kit, Veda Jane, who is custom made by Anastasia Gangalo for me. Gosh, it's been October 22nd of 2020 is when she was born. So we almost had a mishap over here, but I'm happy to kind of like officially re-welcome her back. Here she is, Miss Veda Jane. And she will remain in my collection here. So kind of an interesting roller coaster it's been as I've moved through this process of as I've sold some dolls to get some money back to put them towards a house. Okay, so it's not like a process journey. I don't mean to make it some big extra dramatic thing. I mean, I invested money in one direction and decided that that money would that money would really be better served right now in another life direction. So I'm reinvesting, moving that money. The thing that happens is that it's such a emotional hobby. Of course, we've talked about that a whole bunch of times. It's such an emotional hobby, so it does become a process and a journey in that sense. So what happened for me, I know I don't have to share, but I will, is that everything's sort of frozen, right? Unless you've got tons of excess funds, which clearly I don't, or I wouldn't be liquidating my, parts of my collection in order to buy this house. Everything's kind of frozen when you're, solidly pre-qualified, executed contract, you're going through everything, but then at the end of it you have to go through underwriting, where they actually go in and look at what you have in your account, and they look at updated credit reports since the one that was pulled initially, and your debt to income ratio and how it's changed. So the way that I usually manage my month is I have a really great rewards card. So most of my stuff goes on that card, and then I pay that card in full every single month. Well, I'm playing everything so close to the vest that I, can't take that giant chunk of money out all at once as I wait for this process and still feel comfortable. So that's going up, and I'm like, it just doesn't make me happy. And I also am like getting concerned. I don't want anything to change significantly in my financial records to cause any kind of hiccups, right? I just want this to go smooth. And once I decided that I would sell a few more dolls, everything opened up. Some negotiation news we were waiting on happened in my favor. Like everything opened up. So it was great. And I feel like, I just symbolically I needed to be willing to do what it took to make it happen, and then everything flowed. But anyway, I made a very difficult decision to post Veda for sale along with 2 other dolls on my story on Instagram, and it was going to be shipping her just within the US, but a well-known collector who I enjoy really was interested in her, and she's overseas. I won't go through the whole story, but we had some big hiccups in the shipping expenses and then the shipping method and some of the particulars that were being asked for. Things did not go as smoothly as I would hoped, and I got to we spent a lot of time trying to figure it out and trying to make it happen. But at the end of the day, I decided it was not flowing smoothly, and I was limited for, doesn't really matter why, in what her declared value would be and what her insurance could be. And I just started getting a feeling that, you know, once something goes wrong, and multiple things, like this was not flowing at all. And like I was physically sick running around trying to do this stuff. You know, things tend to like travel in packs and dominoes fall. And I just started getting this weird feeling that if I sent her off internationally, that something was going to happen. She was going to get lost or damaged. And, you know, I'm not in a position where if the package is not properly, you know, insured, what happens if she got lost? First and foremost, she's irreplaceable. She was a custom for me. It's an extremely rare kit. She's done by my favorite artist. Like, she's irreplaceable. I didn't want her to be removed from the doll community, like by destruction. But also, then what do you do for your buyer, right? Because they don't have a product. You can't just hand over thousands of dollars and nobody's got a product. There's no insurance. It's just bad situation. And I just said, it's not working. It's not going to work out. You know, we're going to cancel it. So we canceled it. And it was a lot of emotion involved on both sides. I know it was highly disappointing. You know, you can imagine being all ready to get this doll that you want and then things change. But so refund has already been issued, just waiting for that to be processed. Like, everything was refunded same day and all of that. But the selling process is really, I'm over it. I am so over it. I mean, and I've been really fortunate to have worked with great people in all of my doll sales, but it is, lots of people are not happy when you go to list certain dolls, and even though they're not going to buy the dolls or send you money so you can use that money and keep your doll at the same time, like, people do get emotionally invested in your dolls, and so then they're not happy, or someone else wants it and it's already sold and they're not happy, or things like this happen where the risk becomes, you know, too great and it doesn't work out. Forecasting shipping expenses of $700 to $900. I mean, just really, it has been so high stress. And then, like, it's also really like let's take Veda for example. You guys know, I just said like a month and a half ago in my collection update video that she would be with me like as long as I lived, was the statement that I made, and I fully meant that. But I also think that most of you would agree, like, if something happened and you needed money, there are things in your life that would take precedence. Of course, like if my dog got really sick, you know, knock on wood, he's very healthy. If someone in my family needed help, if I did, and also securing a home, like, these are big things. So imagine the decision-making process to be willing to let her go. I'll let you guys, I don't know if it's a secret, if I've ever said it before, but I'll let you in on what I think is a secret for her. I paid $1,100 for her blank kit. Blank kit. All right, so her overall cost was very reasonable for such a rare and sought after kit completed by a prototype artist. Like, so that was how I looked at it, was what is my total overall investment going to be? And then I thought I would completely pay that for that doll. But like, imagine 2 years, find the kit, pay that kind of money when, you know, like, I was like, definitely not financially fluid at that time. shipping, customs expenses in Russia for the kid, waiting on her, getting her back, dream baby, you know, like she has my mother's middle name, like, you know, I mean, this is a special doll. So I come to the decision where I'm going to make the responsible choice and do this. And then I guess what I'm getting at is be mindful of that when you reach out. I got a lot of people very shocked and upset, and that's fine. Like that's completely fine, and it's honest, right? But then in just a couple of instances when I explained what was going on, there was still this, yeah, but like, I can't believe that you, and it's like, man, I'm already like, holding on for dear life, not to be dramatic, but do you know what I mean, to my decision to make it happen. And that that doesn't help. And then, you know, and then people are disappointed when they miss out and all that stuff. Like, it's a very whatever, right or wrong, silly, stupid or not, it's kind of can be an intense process, especially when you're doing it out of like responsibility or necessity, and not because you're done and you want another baby. Like, it's a different story when I'm selling to get another doll. And let me just tell you my intention, and let's just hope that I stick to this. I hope I stick to this, and it's not just fluff. From yesterday forward, unless I am 100% certain that I am keeping that doll, I am not buying it like anymore. I just can't. I have chosen not to make a list of dolls that I've sold here on YouTube. I've been asked to do that. I'm not really feeling like doing that right now for my own choice. I just don't feel like doing that. I'm not, I guess, and gosh, I don't mean this in a rude way, I don't feel obligated to use my limited emotional and energetic bandwidth right now to read comments of people being personally upset by my choices of my dolls, and or I just, I mean that with just completely speaking for my own feelings, in no way a criticism of other people, because I think it's only natural. Like, you're here to see the dolls, so you're interacting about the dolls, and if they're not going to be seen anymore, you know, like, it affects the viewing experience. I completely get all that. I totally do. But I'm really excited to show you guys my house once everything's all finalized and I move in. So I'm excited to show you like what my sweet babies that moved on to new mommies helped me achieve, right? So Veda is here. I said that was an omen. That was a bad experience. And when I reopened her, you know, I just felt very satisfied that that was the correct choice for me, because you know, there are other dolls in my collection which, you know, while they may not be perfectly replicated and everyone is its own creation, could be replaced. I personally don't think that she could be replaced, not for me, so she's gonna stay. But anyway, that's it, me rambling on. Thank you guys for listening and for watching and interacting and commenting. I just so appreciate it, like the support that I get here and the interest, and it just makes it all really fun. So and also thank you for all of the beautiful congratulations and things about my house that I am getting. I am also very excited, and I will probably be more comfortable showing that excitement even to myself once I get through all of these like loose ends. All right, sending out lots of love to you guys. Bye for now.